Okay, so here is the box. I have to be fully honest with you guys. I've already opened this up before and I started working on it, but this will be close enough to an English unboxing video, I suppose. So yeah, so this whole thing is there's some pictures of the side there. Sorry, I've got I've got kind of a janky phone holder right here. You got all the stuff on the back here. So right here you have 4 separate pieces, and in the anime each character has their own vehicle where they combine to make Dangaioh right there. So that might be pretty cool. Kind of a weird IP to make a model kit out of, but shoutouts to Moderoid and goodsmile. They're making some stuff that Bandai's kind of leaving on the floor, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, let's open this thing up. Let's open this thing up if I can get it open. There we go. So there's a box that slides out like so. We have that. Let's put that aside for now. Instruction manual. It's not a book. It's not a book. It's just like a sheet. But one thing I like about it, and I think this is a trend with goodsmile, is that these are all in color, which is pretty nice because you can see what colors the pieces are and whatnot. Really cool, really high quality. I'm used to building Kotobukiya and Bandai. So it's, like I said, it's not a book, but it's just it's one sheet that folds in, something like a smaller Bandai kit. But nonetheless, that's what's there. Should be easy enough to follow. You have another sheet. Is this one actually a book, or? Well, it's just one sheet. It's just one sheet. So that opens up, but it looks like it's, once you build all the pieces, this is the instructions to assemble the full mecha. And you definitely have, I guess this is just to put together the individual vehicles, maybe? That's one thing, is this is all in Japanese, so I hope you can read. Should be easy enough to follow anyway, and for some reason this is in black and white as opposed to full color. But anyway, let's go through the runners. We have, first off, I think I have this in order. Like I said, I opened this up before. So all these runners are out of their bags. They were bagged individually. So, and you'll see some pieces missing. Don't worry about that. We have runner A, which is in like this white grayish color. Runner B, as you can see, I started working on some of this. Another white grayish color. Runner C, we have more of the same, of the main color. Runner D, we have more of the same, more main pieces. It's going to be interesting to see because I'm going to see how panel lighting these little sections are. I wonder about this little circle right here. And yeah. Then we go into, what runner is this one? Runner E. So one thing I like about some of these runners, and I'm not sure if this is how it works for Moderoid kits, but we have some pre-painted pieces here. So if you're kind of sheepish about painting, this may be a good kit for you to try your hand at, and still have some cool looking pieces. Seems like runner E is mostly for hands. Runner F, yeah, runner F, more gray accent pieces, and once again, more pre-painted. So you have a face. And you have these 2 bits here with the yellow indentions on them. That's what I like about this. I was wondering about these. I watched the anime before, and I was wondering if these were going to be stickers, but pleasantly surprised that these are pre-painted. And as you can see, I've already assembled 2 pieces right here. Runner... What is this? Runner G. More gray accent pieces. I think this may be runner H. some red pieces for like shoulder guards and whatnot. And these are also pre-painted. Runner I, these dark blue pieces. These look to be like for leg joints and shoulder joints and whatnot. Plus you got this little dude right here. I don't know what they're trying to get to with this one, but whatever. And we have Runner J, some more dark blue pieces. These look like to be like leg armor. Runner K, more red pieces. Runner L, some gray accent pieces. Really cool looking points right here. Runner M, more gray pieces, probably inner frame kind of stuff, joints, that kind of thing. And last but not least, Runner N, more blue accent pieces. So let's count how many we've got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, there they go. And 14 runners in total. So pretty decent amount of runners and parts for a kit of this size. Also in the box, more of these pre-painted hands for the well, hold on, stop. Okay, these pre-painted hands for the psychic wave attack, I believe is what it is. This is nice to see. These are not on any runners as far as I know. I think these are just in a bag by themselves. So we have those, and we have some stickers. I don't know if these are definitely not water slides, but these look to be like some color correcting stickers. So yeah, so far pretty decent. I like the pre-painted bits. These pre-made hands for the psychic wave attack. I wish they could have included a stand, but can't have them all, right? So anyway, yeah, that's it for the out of box showing. Let's build this thing and see how it looks. Okay, so we're back. So it turns out if you just finish the color manual, you don't build the entire mecha like on the cover. You basically have everything ready to go to assemble the pieces, like I said. So basically, this is what you're left when you finish the first manual that I showed off. So obviously we have the vehicles, the individual vehicles. Obviously this is looking to form a chest piece of some kind. And a couple extra spots. Some leg pieces, I think these are, some hands, and various other parts to build the robot. Also, you have the head, obviously, for the mecha, and shoes. We got shoes, so why not? One of the things I would say about this model kit so far is if you're not going to paint, beware of the seam lines. There's some pretty egregious seam lines where a lot of these pieces tend to just clamp together, like you can see right there. And there's one, this red spot is like two being clamped together. So instead of just making one part, they made two parts and squeezed them together. I'm not sure why they did that in regards to building a model and then pre-painting parts. It's pretty egregious on these leg armor pieces, as you can see right here. So there's a lot of that going around. And also here's the big piece. I'm assuming these are going to be the legs for the mech once this thing is fully assembled. So this is a big boy. This is you can see this is bigger than my hand for sure. So that is cool. So okay, we will actually put this together, but also I wanted to point out these pre-painted parts for this this sword. They are painted, so one of the things I have to say is they will require some touch up. You can see right there. Hopefully it focuses. There's a nub mark, and unfortunately there's a pretty egregious one on the blade itself right there. So I'm planning on maybe getting some Gundam markers and just doing a little swipe over and covering up some of these nubs that are a little more. They aren't as bad as they could be, but I'd still like to fix them. And also, for some reason, you can see it's curved a little bit. So I'm going to try and maybe not let this sit on something and make it better. So it'll straighten this part out. So it is kind of long and thin. So it is kind of malleable. You see me just bending it like this. So yeah, okay. Now we're actually going to build the robot for real. I just want to show that to you when you finish the first book. Okay guys, so here it is all built up. As you can see, I didn't do much painting outside of the standard panel lining and top coat, which I did a matte top coat on this thing. I did attempt some seam line removal, as you can see on the front leg armor pieces here. This is the first time I've actually done that. You can see a little bit of a seam in there, but I promise you, it is much less egregious than it was originally. And another thing I will say is this thing is solid. You can kind of move him around and put him in different poses in comparison to what I've done with Gundam kits, and they seem to be pretty shaky, but this guy can stand up on his own. And here we see I'm pointing out some of the stickers, the color correcting stickers. Normally I don't like these, but they actually have them designed so that they'll actually go in a crevice. I did have problems with this leg one coming off, but I just glued that back into place, and that seemed to fix it right up. But other than that, these stickers look to be pretty good. Continuing on with the color correcting stickers, you have some spots on the abdomen here. They're just made to fit in there, like I said before. Kind of a weird one, but I'm surprised they didn't pop those on, especially with the pre-painted parts already, but here we are. I guess they wanted to give you something to do with the kit. And we're going to turn him around, and you can see his jetpack. If you look closely at the legs, you can see where some of the seam lines are coming apart. But if you don't look at the back of it, you're fine, I think, right? That's how it works, yeah? And another thing I will say is this thing is solid. You can kind of move him around and put him in different poses in comparison to what I've done with Gundam kits, and they seem to be pretty shaky, but this guy can stand up on his own. This kit actually does not come with a action base or a stand. There is a part in the back here that has a peg hole in it, so I'm sure goodsmile will sell you one. So if you want to put it on an action base, that'd work just fine. I think this guy stands just stable on his own, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's talk about the articulation on this kit. These legs can move wide. You can almost put them in the splits, as you can see right here. And look how stable. Like I said, this model kit is super stable. You can turn them 180 degrees. You have the typical knee bends and heel moves. And the arms also have the same movement. Obviously the forearms can spin around. They're on a peg in that arm joint. You can also spin these arms a whole 360 degrees as long as nothing is in the way. You can see that right now as that's actually how you transform the piece into the robot, because those arms are way up and turned back around the opposite way. The head doesn't really move much. You got some side to side movement, some up and down, and turning him left or right, you don't have a lot of movement. I think those collars get in the way. But outside of that, I mean, you can still get some really nice poses out of this dude. And like I said, these leg flaps can move up.
For the sword, there's a hand grip with a hole in the middle of it, and you can just slide the handle of the sword into the hand grip, and it just holds it on. It's pretty tight in the grip, so you can even have them holding it upside down if you really wanted to, and it will not fall out. The hands are just on ball joints. You can pop those out and pop those in as you would like. And also, there's this interesting hands clasping together piece if you want to pose them that way. I like having them separate, though. So there is a transformation gimmick, obviously, from the 4 separate vehicles to the combined mecha. There's not too much to it. There's a few parts you have to take off and switch out, which means you will have a few parts left over when you transform Dangaioh. Mostly various hands and a couple of the canopies and whatnot. We'll show those here real fast. Okay, so for my final thoughts on this kit, it's a really cool IP. I grew up watching Dangaioh, actually. I honestly feel like I'm the only person who grew up watching this anime when I was younger. I don't see a lot about it on the internet. It didn't really seem very popular in my various circles, so it kind of flew underground. So when I saw Moderoid with goodsmile was offering this, I was very excited to pick up one of these. So I'm going to talk about some things I didn't like about the kit, some things I did like about the kit. Obviously, most of it, I've mentioned it already in this review, the clasping together parts for seam line removals. I don't really understand why they would pre-paint parts and then leave these seam lines throughout half of the kit. So if that's something that bothers you, then just keep in mind you'll have to repaint the kit. For me, I can kind of take it or leave it. The only ones that really bothered me were those in the front armor pieces. In addition, these color correcting stickers, I would have much preferred to have them continue to pre-paint those parts instead of having a handful of color correcting stickers to go with the rest of the kit. Doesn't really make sense to me. You could also just as easily paint some black into those crevices that they have designed for the sticker slots. The things I do like about the kit, well, this is actually my very first goodsmile or Moderoid kit I've ever built. Overall, I really enjoyed the process. I like the guide. The guide's pretty detailed, even if it's just in Japanese. You can definitely figure it out, especially since the parts are labeled so well. And also, obviously, I do like the pre-painted parts that are actually pre-painted. That was a relief to me, just because I was worried about those yellow dots on some of the shoulders and legs. So, yeah. Overall, I would still recommend you get this, especially if you're a fan of the old anime, or you have a soft spot in your heart for older anime mecha kits. This was a really big surprise for me personally to see this come out and get released. Like, this is something I never thought would have happened in recent times. But here we are. So yeah, if you have a chance, I got this one off of Amazon, so your mileage may vary. So yeah, good luck and thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys checking it out. I'm not really a YouTuber, obviously, but if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And I'm going to do the thing that YouTubers do. Make sure to hit that like button and smash the subscribe. Oh yeah.